the current happenings in the NPP post their primary.
It's something we from the NDC don't want to be talking about because we are focused in developing Ghana. We are focused in changing the narratives that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, together with the former president, left behind in the minds of Ghanaians, which still rings a bell in the minds of Ghanaians. But we are in to correct it. So sometimes when we have to talk about this issue, I'll only talk on the basic of it that they are our opposition, the strongest opposition party, and then they need to be very active, strong enough to keep as the NDC on our toes to deliver on our mandates. So I'm going to talk from that angle. But the NPP lacks leadership in the sense that when you come to the NDC, our chairman Johnson Nasiedun Ketia, our secretary Fifi Avikoete wouldn't sit a wolf to watch people in the party prior to primaries or internal elections stand on political platform, say all sorts of things to each other, things that even were done secretly just to see the party grow, just to see that people outside will see the party very attractive for them to look on that and go and vote for them some 32 years to come. They just gush it out like that, just out like that. We saw the likes of Kennedy, who was like, I gave so and so money to this person, I sponsored so and so thing in the party before I did this. We saw the likes of Owoso Bempa. It was like, Bawumia is not a candidate, Bawumia is not this, Bawumia is not that, Bawumia took us to opposition and then we don't need him again. Yes, Bawumia took them to opposition, rightly said by Owoso Bempa and co. But Fifi Kote will not sit down for an NDC member to go out there and do that. And I don't know if you have seen some before, you can correct me here, that if you look from our internal elections, if you have even seen any of our candidates putting themselves in such a shameful acts to disgrace the party before, no. The answer is a big no. Because they will quickly draw your attention to whatever you are doing, and they will make sure that you are punished for it. And they will make sure that you will not even stand on any political platform to utter those utterances again. But then, they're electing Bawumia. Yes, it is their choice. But it is not the choice of Ghanaians. We saw it in their, this thing, is it 2012 or where was that? 2002 or so 2003. We saw it when they were just whooping people in line. The then President Akufo-Addo whipping people in line that they should go in for Bawumia. It's like they have put it on their neck. If you don't go in for Bawumia, then it is all a dying affair in the party. But this time, I see that it was a free and fair election for them. It was very peaceful for them. But at the end of the day, the value is the same. The value is the same in the sense that it's this same Bawumia who told us some time ago that when things were going wrong somewhere 2022, 2023, when we were buying fuel at 17 cedis, he told us that, see, he is the economic wizard. He even said he has 77 questions for the late Vice President Pakuse Misata to answer. And currently, after we are done with our internal primaries, come somewhere in December, we will equally have those questions for him to answer. But before, in 2024, we equally presented those questions to him and he couldn't answer. You could remember that he mounted a platform where a young lady asked the question and the response was like, if all what we are doing in today if we do it, what will I do when I come to power? Bawumia told us that he wasn't part of Nana Akufo-Addo's government when things were going wrong. We saw a whole lot of scandals under Bawumia. We know about the almighty Palugu Dam scandal. We know about the PDS scandal. We know about the Temaport rice scandal, which his own PA signed documentation with his name under it. Some people's rights at the port, he just went for it, and he, Bawumia, actually went out to share those rights to Muslims. This same Bawumia was packaged by the then president.
I'm happy if you had not made the last decision.
Really? Okay. So this same Bawumia was packaged to us and was tagged as the economic whiskey or whatever to us. But we saw things rising in this country. We saw businessmen crying in this country. We went through a whole lot. And by then, he was nowhere to be found. This same Bawumia told us that he was going to arrest the CD and give the keys to the IGP. We are yet to hear from the former IGP if Bawumia really did arrested the CD and gave the keys to the dollar and gave the keys to him. So, to we in the NDC, we see that there is no competition anywhere, irrespective of whoever becomes our flag bearer. To we in the NDC, we see that to change the narratives and make Bawumia look like he doesn't deserve to be a president, then we need to do more of what we are doing for Ghanaians today. We need to be focused in whatever policies that we put out there in our manifesto. See, when you look at our manifesto, when you take our manifesto, the forward which was written, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, made some bold utterances over there, and I can tell you on authority that after reading that, you could see that exactly what the president is putting in place today.
Is it not that the NDC, you guys are rather over, you know, I don't know which word to use, because you yourself, you are going through some form of restructuring at the grassroots. You started your branch elections and all that. Mahama is not going to be on the ballot, right? So that leaves some kind of vacuum, leadership, that if not handled carefully and well, can explode in the NDC. You accept that? So sometimes when the NDC normally talks, it looks like everything is so rosy and stuff. But are you looking within? Looking at the journey ahead of you, your primary is coming up. That the fact that Mahama's factor, look, and I've been saying, yesterday I was saying, Mahama is an electoral machine, whether you like it or not. His face not being on the face value of the votes will definitely have, some kind of, people think that, look, you need a leader who will follow through the legacies of Mahama, right? So that's where maybe, is it not being over too confident in that assertion that, look, you still have 2 years to go, right? You don't know what will happen within the next 2 or 3 years. So we can't speak on that face value that will get somebody who will ride on the legacies of Mahama. So that for me doesn't really hold on to at the end of that 4 years. Are you not be overconfident?
No.
Well, you seem to be now riding the NPPs.
No, listen.
Seem to be joyously riding.
We are not joyous.
The contest itself has not started. You have not even set your house in motion.
We are not incompetents like that. But what I want to put on record here is that whoever the grassroots or whoever the leaders of the party from the branches, from the constituencies, from the regional or through the national elect for us as a flag bearer, Bawumia doesn't come close to that person. Because yes, you are hearing some names, which none of them has told me that they are going for the flag bearer race, though. But with the kind of names we are hearing, which I will want to keep confidential, Bawumia doesn't come close to any of them. Yes, I made mention of credibility.
These are in the public, the names are in the public domain.
So they are there, but none of them has come out with an intent that they are contesting. They have not affirmed it to any of us. So it is something...
They don't need to, based on their, based on their action.
But no, but this is politics. You can be hearing, there are a whole lot of rumors in politics. So till the person, him or herself, comes out to tell you that David I am going all out for this position. That is when you can also have a firm ground to mention it on national television or wherever you feel like mentioning the person's name. So for now, I wouldn't say it is A or B or C, but we are seeing names, we are hearing names, and all of them are credible. All of them are competent.
You think Bawumia is not credible, it's not competent.
Oh, David, we've been in this country. I personally didn't travel. We were in this country. We saw what happened under his leadership, whereby he came back telling us that he was a driver's mate.
What type of leadership you think the NDC will be going for?
For me, I think the leadership NDC should go in for, which I'll sit here and then advise the grassroots or whoever contests an election and win and have that power to go and elect a flag bearer. The person should look out for the qualities President John Dramani Mahama bears, which is credibility, trustworthy, affable.
Mahama is not on the ballot, and that's why.
No, I said no. Listen, no.
Riding at the
I'm not saying Mahama is on the ballot, but I'm saying that whoever that the party base elects as a flag bearer, they should go in for someone who bears the qualities.
Yes, so
like John Dramani Mahama.
You're going to see a danger there because look, if everybody talks about the fact that we want somebody who will follow the footprints of Mahama, follow through his legacies, when we are having an internal elections, just as you accuse the NPP of whipping people into line to vote according to a certain angle, you don't think there's a danger there where you want to choose a leader who will follow in the footsteps of Mahama, so to speak, you will whip people in line to look for a candidate who will also follow in the footsteps. Maybe we'll call him maybe a Mahama boy.
David, it's like you are misinterpreting me.
No,
that is not. No, I didn't use the word the person should follow the footprints. I made mention of the qualities John Dramani Mahama bears.
Would you use the word legacy?
No.
Not legacy.
I wouldn't use legacy here because the person equally might have his or her policies that he sees that, okay, when I bring this on board, this was missing in John Dramani Mahama's administration. So if I bring this policy, it is going to help the loyal Ghanaians who are going out to vote for me. So let me fix it in there. You understand? So when it comes to legacy, the person can choose to pick out how he has stabilized the economy, can choose out how His Excellency John Dramani Mahama tries to unite everybody, tries to find out talent in the party and fix them at key positions. Not to mention but a few, this guy, Dr. Frank Amwakuhene, doing so well as a Ashanti regional minister, looking at the likes of Edwiji Tameklo, Esquire, he's doing so well at the NPA today. When you look at the likes of my own boss, Sami Jemfi, who is good boarding, you understand, doing so well. When you look at the likes of the boss CEO, Apeti, doing so well. When you look at combat at the top, we were all in Ghana here under Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They were selling TOR, but today TOR has started work and they are making a lot of profits for the ordinary Ghanaian.
Yes, so let's come back.
You see, so if I am saying that whoever the grassroots is going to elect to be a flag bearer for the NDC, the person should bear qualities of John Dramani Mahama. I am not saying John Dramani Mahama, after his tenure, is going to force somebody on them. No. That is why we have elections. That is why we have leadership in the party. And to tell you, recently we had a press briefing. Can
that happen? Because the NDC, mostly some accuse the NPP of doing that, whipping people into line to vote for Bawumia.
And I'm telling you, we don't whip people in line. A critical example is the recent Ayawaso East by-election. When the woman came up, the widow came up to contest for the husband's position, we made it clear that, see, we don't want it to look like we are copying the NPP who find themselves anytime their husbands die, then they'll just say that, okay, let the woman go unopposed. You understand? But with this, there are people contesting the woman. to the extent that she opted that her vetting should be on visual. You understand? So this should tell you that with the kind of leadership we have in the party, there is nothing going to be like we are pushing a candidate on the people, we are forcing it on them. Say, if it is not this person, then there is no a political party. No, that is not how a political party is being held. So we in the NDC are well prepared for our internal elections, and trust me, we are not going to dirty ourselves out there like the NPP did, because we respect ourselves, we respect Ghanaians, and we know very well that none of our candidates is going out to disgrace him or herself like that. In the absence of that, if we find you on any political platform putting out that kind of unauthorized behavior out there just to diminish the party or make the party unattractive, the leaders of the party will hold you accountable, and you might face the rules and regulations of the party.
Yes.
You've been smiling. You want to rebut something?
Yeah, there are lots of them, but then I'll just touch here and there. Most times when you happen to listen to our brothers and sisters from the NDC, there's this constant thing of Baumia, Baumia. If people are constantly mentioning your name in arguments and statements, it should tell you something.
What?
Baumia was not the president. He was the vice. Now, if we were to compare His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia being a vice president to that of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama being a vice president, can we weigh that? There are lots of people that got to know His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia for certain things that he did, very notable things that he did. He was not, I wouldn't say a ceremonial vice president, but he worked. Comparing the two, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has not yet been a president before, and we are comparing him to someone who has been most likely occupied all the positions when it has to do with politics. He has been a vice president. He had to fill in when His Excellency, former President Atamios died. He had to, be voted in for a president again. And then the last time we said we don't know. So if he's that competent enough, I wouldn't say he's not competent, but I'm using the word, if he's competent enough like they claim, why do they constantly compare him to someone they claim is not competent? Because the thing is, he has not been a president before. So it's more like, Mr. David, if you are the boss, I'm your PA. There is only going, and I'm saying this in context with a scenario, there is only going to be implementation based on the directorates that you give or the directions that you give. I will not, being your PA, decide to just come up with a policy I can recommend. Now you leading, you handling the affairs is in a better position based on your lens or your perspective to feel like this would not work now. Not because you sideline my ideas or anything, but you might be more concerned about you are the leader. Your vision is what is driving the political party at that time. So any ideas I bring in might not necessarily be what you're going to base on, even though you might consider some of them. Now comparing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia should tell you a lot. They are weighing on the same scale if Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is not weighing higher. Because if he has just been a vice, and we're constantly comparing him on the same scale with someone who has occupied literally all the positions when it comes to do with politics, with regards to the NDC. He has been a vice president before. He has had to fill in as a president before. He has come to be a president before. So if he was so good, why did we kick him out before reinstating him again? So probably the whole scenario thing was he is bad, because most of the times when we're talking about the administration of the NPP, you barely hear his former president Nana Addo in it. Every single time it is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, because that is where they feel the competition. And quite unlikely for him.
He is a self-acclaimed, economic whiskey.
Yes, self-acclaimed, but then we have seen some of them, even with being a vice. If Miss Gifty here can tell me very notable things that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had done during his tenure of being a vice president, then we can talk about it. But if she's not able to state them emphatically, I think it is not up for argument, because he has not been a president before. He is yet to be a president. And you constantly back all of your arguments on the fact that when he was in power, it should tell you something. So that is all I have to say.
Yes, of course, somebody will, argue on this basis. If you are a chair of an economic management team, and thing goes wrong, who do you hold accountable?
You're the one in charge. Yeah.
So
we take that. It is obvious we did not do as expected of us. We are not trying
to Bawumia.
Yes.
You happen to be the chair of the economic management team.
Okay.
There's this school of thought that he shied away from even commenting on the economy when things went bad. Okay. So that's why I asked you, if you have a chair of an economic management team, when things go bad, who do we hold accountable?
The chair.
Right.
So we're holding him accountable. And then we have reasoned that accountability and realized that he is to blame. Yes. But my point is, if he is not credible enough, like our people from the NDC are stating, why worry?
Right.
I think
we need to move on.
We will move on, but just 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Let my sister understand that the way Bawumia was packaged for Ghanaians, that wasn't what he came to do. They should just understand that. And we saw it. It is clear for everybody reasons why they voted against them. So I am even expecting that my sister here will admit, and then when she leaves your studios today, she will place a call to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and tell him that he should stop being self-acclaimed this time around. Because he claimed, even today, when fuel prices drop, they say they lay the foundation. So even today, when you buy a car, you go to the port for your car, and then you pay lesser than you were paying in their government. They say they laid the foundation.
You should give them credit.
You see, every good thing in John Dramani Mahama's administration, it is the NPP. But when it goes wrong, it is not them. So that should tell you the kind of people they are. They really see, we all know that politics is about packaging. Same as Nana Akufo-Addo came somewhere 2012 or so something, they didn't package him well. They went back and packaged him and they brought him. Their own Napo, who also was a vice presidential candidate to then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, recently came out with videos. He was captured on a video saying that there was no sensible person in NPP. He was the only sensible person in NPP. And he was taking one policy every month or so, every week to cabinet. And where are the policy? Where are the evidence for us to see? If the evidence of whatever policy you were taking to cabinet by then yield a result to Ghanaians, why then did they vote you out of power? For you to come and sit on a national television and say that we are comparing Bawumia to that of John Dramani Mahama. That comparison cannot be done anywhere. That is not the discussion. We cannot be discussing that at now. What we should be discussing is that, yes, you messed up the country. And John Dramani Mahama is fixing it. See, when you admit your mistakes, that is when you stand in position of fixing it. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama admitted that he did some mistake in 2026 before he left office. Though he did a lot contributing to the development of Ghana by then. So he sat back and watched. And on one of his campaign trail, he made mention and he